Hi there folks. Today we're going to take a look at setting up enrollment keys for your Moodle course. I'm using Moodle 2.5 here, and I've got a demo class that does not have any enrollment keys. So the first thing I'm going to do is go over to my administration block, and I'm going to come down here to where it says users. Then I'm going to have to come down here to enrollment methods, which will allow me to add the different methods for enrolling students. Down here it says self-enrollment. This is where enrollment keys are established. A lot of times this is hidden by default, so it will have the little sleeping eyeball enabled. So I'm going to make sure that that is turned on. And then I'm going to click on the settings gear so that I can go into the enrollment keys. So there are a lot of different fields here, but the only ones that you need to worry about are, first of all, the enrollment key. So I've got an enrollment key that I've put in here. I'm just going to make this a simple one of 1, 2, 3, 4. I can unmask that key and see what it is that I've put in there. And this is a way of preventing other Moodle users in your district from just self-enrolling into a course without your permission. If you only have one general course that you're teaching and all of the students are participating in that same course, one enrollment key is all you need. However, many people teach multiple sections of the same course. For instance, a high school algebra course might have 4 sections of that same course. So what you might want to do instead is create an enrollment key that you don't use with students. So you would put that enrollment key here, and it's just a general block or prevention method of keeping other people from enrolling in the course. And then coming down here to where it says use group enrollment keys and changing it from no to yes. What this will do is allow you to create a separate enrollment key for each of your classes. And when students go to sign into your course and they're prompted to put in an enrollment key, they'll use the individual group enrollment key. The advantage of this is that it sorts all of your students into the appropriate class container for that course. And when you're then doing activities in your Moodle course, it automatically sort of isolates those activities by the class. For instance, a forum would only be seen by your first hour algebra class or your second hour algebra class unless you want to have that forum work across multiple groups. And you can do that, but most people want to kind of have students interacting within those groups of classes first. The other thing is that it is an advantage when you're doing grading. You can sort all of your students by your class grades and see them in alphabetical order as you would see them in your grade book. So I've got this set at yes. I'm going to come down here now and click Save Changes. And then my next step is to go and create the group enrollment keys. So the first thing is that I made sure that the enrollment methods are set up to allow self-enrollment. Now I can come down here to groups, and you can see I do have one group here. I'm going to create a new one. I'm going to click on create a group, and we'll just call this Algebra 1 as an example. I don't need to worry about a description, and I'm just going to put in a key that those students will use. So I might do ALG1 for my first hour algebra, and then I'll save those changes. And then I can create a second group and go through the same process. So I'll just, but this time for the group key I might do ALG2. And these don't need to be complicated enrollment keys, just something that helps sort those students into the groups. And this prevents you from having to manually create groups and then dragging and sorting those students into the groups by hand. It's a much faster way of creating the groups for grading purposes and also for separating them into class level activities.